What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of you for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. This is episode 10, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah, so we're continuing on with the Tokyo Colony arc, and which we finally catch up with Megami again after, um, after watching Yuji deal with what was it, Higuruma. So Megami, of course, like he was also separated from Yuji, trying to look for Higuruma, but of course uh, he gets stuck with like a Reggie of the Star, with like a couple of his underlings. Um, of course, I think like was it Reggie? He mentioned something about like Kenjaku, like destroying the entire city with some kind of bomb in order to like I don't know, like to try to
Yeah.
rush through the
Well,
calling games in some aspects.
yeah. So I guess supposedly, like, once they mentioned like once the strongest have killed, or the strongest sorcerers have won and killed the weaker ones, like Kenjaku's just going to bomb. I guess going to bomb the place.
Yeah,
Which I mean, I I don't understand like what. I mean, okay, so I mean, wouldn't usually the idea be that like the strongest sorcerer is one? So wouldn't you just like? I mean, I thought the idea would be like we're gonna like I guess weed out the weaker Jujutsu sorcerers and just leave the strong ones. But
I think
apparent,
it has something to do. He mentioned some kind of ritual that Kenjaku is trying to implement, and
yeah,
that in addition to like uh, to having the strongest sorcerers, weed out all the weaker ones, that he's gonna kill off like all the stronger sorcerers to complete some kind of ritual. It's
mm,
not really clear like how that's gonna go about, but yeah. Um, so like and of course, what like after that conversation, Megami is attacked by Reggie and his underlings, and then of course like one of them uh, like uh like he has this weird ability in which he can extract his tooth and turn it into a bomb,
yeah,
and then like it ends up scarring Megami. I think uh on the left side of his face, and then and then like during the fight, like Megami gets cornered by Reggie and his. I think. Oh well, no. Like Megami ends up killing one of Reggie's henchmen, and he ends up gaining, I think, 5 points or something like that. I forgot how many points he gained from that,
I
but yeah,
think
he
so.
he gained.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like Megami is of course cornered by Reggie, and he's about to be killed by another one of their attacks, with by extracting his tooth again. But then all of a sudden, like one other character, I think his name is Takaba, appears. Like we see him in
yeah.
the
We
opening a
saw him
lot.
earlier.
This
I think
is
this is the failed comedian, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and it gets awkward just
Just
once it
his
happens.
outfit alone is just completely ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah,
so
the episode just gets into this weird awkward pause with Megami and the others just dumbstruck with this guy just showing up. Like it's just
yeah.
like it just goes on for like I think for at least 30 seconds before it cuts back to the
Well,
action.
I didn't expect that he was going to actually be able to take down that one guy. Like I thought he was just going to be like kind of like maybe a weak character, but apparently
Yeah,
not.
yeah, like Takaba is just like not only like is his outfit weird, but like he's just unusually strong for for someone like that.
Yeah.
Just even participating in this battle in the first place. So yeah, other than like like everyone just being dumbstruck with his weird comedy routine and his outfit. Um, Megami, of course, fights Reggie by himself, and they of course end up fighting across the city with Reggie using his curse techniques to summon like almost an endless amount of like
Okay.
weapons against him.
Yeah. So I I didn't know that apparently the I guess whatever like what was attached to Reggie's body were just like various different receipts. His jujutsu abilities are just so bizarre, like because what he basically like what he can do is all these receipts. Um, they basically like I mean so depending on what it is, like the receipts can just either materialize whatever it was used for, like whatever he purchased, I guess, or just the effects of what it was, like just can rejuvenate him in one case because one of the receipts was used for like some kind of a like a bath house. So yeah, some kind of bath house he went to, and now his body is like I guess completely rejuvenated. It's just I mean, I don't know. Like his ability is just so ridiculous because yeah, he
Yeah,
just like all these receipts can just materialize anything that he'd used that he I guess that he purchased in the past. Uh,
yeah. It's it's like there's always like all these different sorcerers with like these unique abilities like Carrara's like like
the
what was it these
constellation.
the constellation ability, and then of course like Takaba being making his first appearance in this episode with his like I don't know his great physical prowess and dealing with one of Reggie's henchmen.
Yeah.
And now, like, Megami lures Reggie into a gymnasium by the end of the episode, and he ends up activating his domain expansion. It basically just, well, I mean, we don't see like what happens, but he just basically just activates it. Uh, with Reggie being caught up in it.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, and that's kind of like I mean, you could already assume like that was his plan was basically just to trap Reggie, and yeah, Reggie of course ends up falling for it.
Yeah.
Also, we should mention too that that one woman yeah I forget her name of course, but like that
Yeah, okay.
uh,
So it's the same woman that led Megami to Reggie in the first
yeah
place. But she gets caught up in the explosion, and then of course Megami ends up saving her. Basically just trying to tell her that Reggie has
well
doesn't really care about her and like
yeah
something like that.
and she still like tries to like she still tries to stop him too. And I guess like I guess she just kind of shows like how I guess pathetic she is, or she needs someone to I don't know. Maybe she's the type of person that's just used to guys like falling for her beauty and like oh I'll protect you or something. So like I guess when Megami just kind of rejects her, like she doesn't know how to handle it. So she's like no, I need to protect me too. Like uh, but she just kind of stays behind, of course. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see her again. But yeah, she just uh, yeah, she just doesn't really seem to appreciate that Megami just tried to like save her. She's just like, no, you need to just protect me all the time. Uh, yeah, I guess Megami wasn't having any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, overall it was a decent episode. It's
Yeah,
just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Takaba. Like whether or not he's gonna really play much of an important role for the remainder of this culling game. Um,
uh,
but yeah, I really I don't know. I yeah, it's just like it's just them introducing like just like a whole new cast of characters. I mean, for one thing, it's like I don't even know why Takaba is even motivated to even wanting to help Megami in the first place. It just comes out of nowhere, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, I mean, based on the opening, I kind of figured he was going to be like a joke character, and that's kind of how he comes off. Like I feel like we're not really supposed to take him seriously.
No.
Uh,
Um, yeah, but I think next week might I think it might be the conclusion to the Tokyo Colony arc.
mm,
I did hear that the following episode after this, we're gonna catch up with Yuta again finally because he's been absent for much of the show, ever since like everybody else has been everyone else split up into their own separate missions.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. Like I mean, especially just of course the animation is just always just really insane with any of these episodes. But the fight choreography was really good, especially well, even in that one sequence where Megami first lures Reggie into the gym and they're both fighting. Like that was pretty impressive. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a pretty decent episode. I don't really have much else to say about it though. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
Yeah. Once again, it's like, the season is still top notch with this animation.
Yeah.
I'm still curious if it's, I obviously like the whole, animation quality is still going to follow up for the remainder of this season. But, with the news about the director for this season leaving after the season's over, and we're left wondering like how how that's going to end up carrying over with uh, supposedly the next season of the Calling Games supposedly coming out early next year. How it's really going to follow up, if it's going to have like the same animation direction style, or if it's just going to be completely different in some aspects. I mean, obviously, they're still going to adapt the remainder of the story, um, depending on how much they're going to end up adapting. But yeah, it's just we're just going to let. I mean, I guess we'll just have to enjoy like what we have right now until we find out, find out more news about the follow up season.
Yeah. But yeah, that all being said, guys, until next time, we will see you all later.